Hello and welcome to Fair Rugby on Fair Sport, and some very, very cool breaking news if you're a Lions fan. We don't get to say that particularly often, so I'm really going to savor what has been a really, really cool announcement, a very good appointment by the union, and one which I think will be very interesting to see with regards to potential Springbok implications moving forward, and what it's actually going to do for the Lions, the union, and I think these two very good players at the Lions are going to benefit from this appointment. So. What has actually happened is that the Lions have announced this morning that Springbok legend, Bulls legend, and one of the best kickers the game has seen, Morne Steyn, has joined the union as a kicking consultant. What an appointment. What an absolutely brilliant appointment. And we're still waiting to sort of find out exactly the final details with regards to, is this a short-term contract? Is this a long-term contract? Is it going to be moving forward? Is it just for a month or two? Obviously, he's joining the team, so one imagines it'll be for at least the first few months of the season. But as we wait for more information on exactly what the situation is and stuff like that, the main thing is that the Lions have been really proactive and they've gone and gotten one of the best kickers in the game, really, in Morne Steyn, and they brought him in to be as a kicking consultant, which I think is a phenomenal move. And we don't see a lot of good moves from the Lions. We obviously seeing a lot of people leaving. So to be able to go and get this kind of appointment right is a big boost. And just kind of sort of, every now and again for the Lions fan, we just need a couple of nice appointments, nice news to sort of get behind. And to be honest, I do think that fly-half is a position at the Lions where we've got two really talented young players who could really use a bit of guidance, to be honest. I think, in the likes of Johnny Lombard and Jordan Hendrickson, I've got two players who I genuinely think both could be playing Springboks eventually. But I think at the moment, a little bit short in confidence and in regards to something like a Johnny Lombard. And I think Morne Steyn is a perfect type of player. He's a player who built an entire career on his right foot. And not just kicking for goal. I mean, he's kicking for goal, sticking to none, really. But keep a touch, for example, understanding when to kick, when not to kick. I think it's the perfect type of appointment that we need to just sort of guide the fly-halves into the right direction. I mean, Johnny Lombard has come back. He's 25 years old now, so he needs to start really taking ownership. But obviously, he's a player who's had quite a lot of challenges in his career. He had his ACL, and then went and played in Japan, where he didn't get to really play as much as he would like to, and he's now come back, and with the injury to Jordan Hendrickson, then played 10 for a lot of the season. And personally, for me, I was quite happy with the sort of general play. He is a fly-half that likes to put players quite flat in the line, for example, get them moving forward, but he really struggled with his boots, which is interesting because before he left, for example, when he started coming through, when Alton Yankees was playing at 10, he was playing at 15, for example. I was very impressed with his boot, and you could see that he had a good boot. So for me, I think it's a confidence issue, a potential technique issue, and I think this is exactly the type of appointment that you can make to try and start getting the best out of somebody like a Johnny Lombard. Then you've got Jordan Hendrickson, who is a very young, almost sort of a prodigy type player. He's 22 years old, and missed most of the season, so is set to move back or come back this season. And he's a Springbok in waiting. He really is. Him and Jaden Hendrickson, I think, were destined to play for the Springboks. I think they'll both eventually actually play together, probably in national colours. I'll be very surprised if we don't see that happening. And he's got a fantastic boot. He's got a really big boot. He's got a 55, 60-metre kick on him for poles. Kicks well for touch. And to have that sort of mentorship of Morne Steyn is going to be huge. I do think that the Lions have really missed an experienced fly-half. I think if Alton Yankees, for example, was still at the union, I think that would have been massive to have for these sort of two younger players, because Johnny Lombard did have Alton Yankees to mentor him a little bit. Alton Yankees had Carl Spencer, for example, coming up. And I think that that's something that the Lions have really struggled with, is having an experienced figure in the squad to sort of help the two playmakers and the two fly-halves really sort of develop. And I think this is the perfect appointment to fill that gap. I still actually would probably like to see almost a third additional fly-half with some experience coming back into the squad. But in these two players, I do think we've got very talented players. I do think some of it is a bit raw, although I do think Jordan Hendrickson could be very ready very soon to play international rugby. I think he's got fantastic defense. He's got a massive boot and a really good skill set. So, yeah, it's a cool appointment. Let me know what you think of it. Surprising almost that it's not at the Bulls, obviously. And I think what a lot of people are saying is that he could actually be working in the box. Maybe he should be working in the box. So I think that for South African rugby, this is very good, because we're now going to be able to see what Morne Steyn can do with as a kicking consultant, and what he can do with some young players. And obviously, if he does very well with them, then the standard thing is I think he'll be involved in the box setup very, very soon, because the box, there's no doubt they need somebody there right now. I'm very surprised they haven't gone with someone. So it'll be very cool to see how he does. Let me know what you think about the appointment down in the comments below. Please do smash like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Stephen, and I'll chat to you soon.